Hey, Stoic warrior, listen carefully. This is not a hype video. This is a reset, because most people don't lose power in relationships because they're weak. They lose power because they react. They react to disrespect. They react to mixed signals. They react to guilt trips. They react to silence. They react to chaos. And every reaction is a donation of energy. Every reaction is a payment. Every reaction is access. If someone can provoke you, confuse you, or bait you into a long paragraph, they can control you. That's why today is about one thing. React to nothing. Not because you're cold, not because you're cruel, but because you're sovereign. There's a difference between silence and weakness. Silence can be fear, but silence can also be dominance. Stoic dominance is not loud, it's not aggressive, it doesn't perform. It's the calm of someone who has stopped negotiating their dignity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Translation for relationships. You can't control their mood. You can't control their respect. You can't control whether they tell the truth, but you can control your response. You can control your standards, and you can control access. In this video, you're going to learn 7 Stoic rules that build dangerous confidence. Not arrogance, not ego, dangerous confidence. The kind that makes manipulation fail. The kind that makes people lean in when you speak less. The kind that makes toxic people lose interest in controlling you. And don't skip any part, because each rule builds your nervous system. Each rule strengthens your frame. Each rule makes you harder to hook. Before we begin, do 2 things. Tap, like if you're done being emotionally played, and comment this affirmation right now. I don't bend, I rise. Good. Rule number 1. Stop performing certainty you don't feel. Most people think confidence means sounding certain. So they over-talk, they oversell, they over-explain. They try to make their voice strong while their mind is panicking. In relationships, this becomes a deadly habit, because when you don't feel safe, you start performing. You perform calm, you perform understanding, you perform, maybe it's my fault. You write paragraphs, you defend your intentions, you explain why you reacted, you explain your boundaries, you explain why you're hurt. And here's the trap. Manipulators don't want clarity. They want control. Some people don't argue to understand. They argue to exhaust you. They want you to prove yourself. Because the moment you're proving yourself, you've already accepted their authority. Epictetus said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Translation. The disrespect isn't what destroys you. The overthinking destroys you. The explaining destroys you. The internal panic that says, "If I don't fix this, I'll lose them," destroys you. So here is the Stoic move. Stop speaking to protect your image. Start speaking to protect your standards. When you don't know what to say less. When you feel triggered, pause. When you feel the urge to send a long paragraph, delay. Here's your tactical protocol. Pause, observe, decide, exit. Pause. Do not respond instantly. Speed is how you get baited. Observe. What pattern is repeating? Are they being honest, or are they playing for control? Are they trying to transfer their chaos into you? Decide. What do you allow? What do you end? Exit. If it becomes disrespect, you leave. If it becomes gaslighting, you stop the conversation. If it becomes bait, you starve it. Here are your Rule 1 scripts, short and clean. I hear you. I'm going to think about it. I'm not responding to this right now. I'm not doing a back and forth. Then silence. At first, your nervous system will scream, "If I don't explain, they'll leave." Let them, because anyone who requires you to abandon self-respect to stay is not love, it's control. Rule 1 affirmation: I don't perform, I stand. Rule number 2: master boundaries that protect your energy and peace. Confidence lives or dies at the border between you and everyone else. That border is called a boundary, and most people don't have boundaries. They have negotiations, they have apologies, they have long speeches that sound like boundaries, but end in compromise. You say yes when you mean no. You accept disrespect and call it understanding. You tolerate emotional chaos because you fear losing them. And every boundary you betray teaches your mind a brutal lesson. My peace is optional. My needs don't matter. My dignity is up for debate. Seneca warned, "If you live for the approval of others, you will die by it." Translation: if your boundary requires their agreement, you don't have a boundary. You have a request. So listen closely. Boundaries are not words. Boundaries are actions. A boundary without enforcement is permission. So here is the Stoic boundary protocol. Statement, consequence, action. Statement, one sentence, no story, no explanation. That doesn't work for me. Consequence, if it continues, what happens? Not a threat, a decision. If it continues, I'm ending the conversation. Action. If it continues, you actually do it. No warning number 2, no extra paragraph, no emotional bargaining. Because this is the moment most people fail. They talk about boundaries, but they don't enforce them. So the other person learns, he doesn't mean it. She will fold. I can push again. Now, save these Stoic scripts. These are your no-drama lines. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available for this. We can talk when it's respectful. I'm stepping back. I'm not discussing this further. Take care. Short, boring, clean. Why boring? Because drama is fuel, and toxic people run on fuel. So your job is to stop feeding. Here's the truth. The people who benefit from your lack of boundaries will be the loudest when you enforce them. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you changed. They'll guilt trip you. They'll act confused. That's not feedback. That's exposure. People who respect you can handle boundaries. People who use you cannot. Your peace is not public property. Your time is not owed. Your attention is not free. Rule 2, affirmation. My peace is not negotiable. Rule number 3, react less, respond more, become emotionally sovereign. This is where dangerous confidence is forged, because the deepest confidence isn't measured by what you do. It's measured by what you refuse to do, what you refuse to react to, what you refuse to chase, what you refuse to correct. Most people are emotional puppets. Someone criticizes them, they defend. Someone withdraws, they chase. Someone provokes, they explode. Someone gaslights, they debate for hours. And the world holds the strings. Stoicism cuts the strings. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it, and you have the power to revoke that judgment." Translation: your reaction is where they hook you. Control your reaction and the hook goes dead. So let's train it. Non-reactivity does not mean you feel nothing. It means you don't obey the first emotion. The first emotion is a spark. If you throw gasoline on it, it becomes a fire. Your job is to starve it of oxygen. Here are the 3 non-reactivity rules. Rule A, the 10-second pause. When you feel triggered, breathe for 10 seconds before speaking. Count slowly. Inhale, exhale. That 10 seconds is where you regain command. Rule B, the 24-hour text rule. Never send emotional paragraphs at night. Never chase closure while dysregulated. Wait. If it's still true tomorrow, it can be said tomorrow. Most of the time, it won't. Rule C, the 1 reply rule. If someone is baiting you into a fight, you give 1 clean reply, or none. You do not enter the arena. Here are clean responses for bait. I'm not arguing. I'm stepping back. We can talk later when it's calm. Then stop. Now here's what happens when you do this. They escalate. They guilt trip harder. They provoke harder. They love bomb. They switch tactics. Good. That is confirmation you were feeding a pattern before, and now the pattern is starving. Manipulation is an engine. Your reaction is the fuel. Remove the fuel. Rule 3, affirmation. I respond, I do not react. Rule number 4, reclaim your attention from external validation. This is where many people lose their life without realizing it, because you wake up every day with a limited budget of attention, and where you spend it determines your confidence. Right now, too many people hemorrhage attention outward. Did they reply? Are they mad? Did I say something wrong? What do they think of me? Should I send another message? Should I explain again? That is not love, that is auditing. And it turns you into an addict, not addicted to a person, addicted to relief. That little relief you feel when they text back, when they say, it's fine, when they give you a crumb of reassurance. It's a slot machine. Sometimes it pays, sometimes it doesn't. So you keep pulling the lever. One more text, one more call, one more paragraph, and every pull weakens your self-respect. Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Translation, stop trying to look right. Stop trying to be understood by people committed to misunderstanding you. Stop begging for a reaction. Choose peace over performance. So here's the tactical move. Withdraw attention, not as punishment, as protection. Practical rules. Stop checking your phone like it's a heartbeat monitor. Stop rereading messages like evidence. Stop stalking their profile for emotional updates. Stop posting or texting for a reaction. Replace it with internal validation. Did I keep my standard today? Did I protect my peace? Did I respect myself even if they didn't? Here's a 7-day attention detox. Anytime you want to chase, you do one of 3 actions. Water, walk, write. Water, drink a glass of water and reset your body. Walk, 10 minutes outside with no phone. Write, 1 page of what you feel without sending it. This retrains your nervous system to seek relief from within, not from them. And once your attention returns to you, your power returns to you. Rule 4, affirmation. I choose self-respect over approval. Now listen, if you're still here, you're serious. Most people want confidence, but they refuse the discipline. The next rule is what stops relapse. Rule number 5. Build confidence through thousands of tiny, invisible decisions. Most people think confidence arrives after the big moment, after the glow-up, after the apology, after the perfect relationship. No, confidence is built in private, in unglamorous moments. Through micro-decisions, no one applauds. Every micro-decision is a vote for the person you are becoming or the person you are leaving behind. You said you would stop texting them. Do you keep your word? You said you would stop over-explaining boundaries. Do you keep your word? You said you would walk away from disrespect. Do you keep your word? This is the foundation of dangerous confidence, self-trust. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Translation: stop collecting ideas, start collecting proof. So here's the micro-integrity method. Make a minimum promise. Keep it daily. Track it. Minimum promises. If I'm disrespected, I end the conversation. If I feel the urge to chase, I wait 24 hours. If I want to prove myself, I go silent. If I miss them, I write. No texting. And if you fail, no shame spiral, no self-hate. You reset immediately. Because confidence is not perfection. Confidence is reliability. Each time you follow through, your nervous system learns, I can trust me. And once you trust yourself, you become unshakable. Rule 5. Affirmation. I keep my word. Rule number 6. Stop defending your reality. Stand solid. This is the gaslighting defense rule, and it's one of the most important for relationships. Because one of the biggest confidence leaks is the need to defend your reality, your feelings, your memories, your boundaries, your experience. Especially with gaslighters. They say, you're overreacting. You're too sensitive. That never happened. You're imagining things. And you start building a case. You gather evidence. You write paragraphs. You try to make them admit what they did. That is the trap. Gaslighting is not confusion. It is control. They want you to doubt yourself, so you depend on them for reality. Stoic rule: your reality does not require consensus. You do not need agreement to be valid. You do not need permission to feel what you feel. And you do not debate someone who is committed to distortion. So here's the tactical move. Do not argue with distortion. Use clean lines. That's not my experience. I disagree. I'm stepping back. This conversation is done. Then exit. Not because you lost, because your peace is worth more than being understood by someone dishonest. Here's the mindset shift. Stop treating your life like a courtroom. You don't need to prove your case. You don't need to win the argument. You don't need to persuade the judge. Your peace is the verdict. And if someone keeps invalidating you, the lesson is not, explain better. The lesson is, remove access. Rule 6, affirmation. I don't argue with distortion. Now, rule number 7, harness the power of strategic invisibility. This is where your silence becomes lethal to manipulation. Confidence culture lies to you. It says, be loud, be seen, be everywhere. But Stoic power includes disappearing. Strategic invisibility means you choose when to speak and when to observe. You choose when to show up and when to withdraw. You stop performing availability. Because attention is not power. Control is power. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Translation: stop wasting time proving yourself to people who drain you. In relationships, strategic invisibility looks like this. You stop explaining your distance. You stop announcing your boundaries. You stop warning them you're leaving. You just leave. No emotional finale, no long paragraph, no one last conversation. Silence plus action. This is what breaks toxic cycles, because toxic cycles depend on your participation. They poke, you react, they win, you withdraw, they lose. Here's the practical tool, the grey rock method. Be boring to manipulation, short replies, no emotional detail, no stories, no hooks, no arguments. Example replies: okay, I hear you. Noted. I'm not available. Then silence. And when it's time, no contact. Not to punish, to protect. Because the truth is, you don't win against manipulators by explaining. You win by removing access. Rule 7. Affirmation. My silence is action. Now let's lock everything together. Because dangerous confidence is not one rule. It's a system. And your system is simple. Pause. Observe. Decide. Exit. Pause. Silence buys you sovereignty. Observe. Patterns over promises. Actions over words. Decide. Standards over feelings. Exit. Remove access. If you apply this, you stop being emotionally controlled. You stop being an option. You stop being the one who always tries to fix it. You stop being the one who keeps explaining to someone who keeps twisting your words. Now I want to recap the 7 rules fast, like a code. Rule 1. Stop performing certainty you don't feel. Say less. Protect standards, not image. Rule 2. Master boundaries. Statement. Consequence. Action. No speeches. Rule 3. Develop non-reactivity. React to nothing. Respond with discipline. Rule 4. Reclaim attention. Stop chasing validation and relief. Withdraw your energy. Rule 5. Micro-decisions build self-trust. Keep your word. Evidence beats motivation. Rule 6. Stop defending your reality. Do not debate distortion. Exit. Rule 7. Strategic invisibility. Grey rock. Silence plus action. No contact when needed. Now here's the truth that ties everything together. Manipulation works on people who still believe they must be understood to be respected. But respect is not negotiated. It's enforced, not with threats, with standards, not with drama, with distance, not with revenge, with withdrawal. That's Stoic power. Marcus Aurelius did not build strength by forcing the world to be gentle. He built strength by forcing his mind to be disciplined. That's what you're doing here. You're building an inner fortress. So the next time they try to bait you, pause. The next time they guilt trip you, observe. The next time they twist your words, decide. And the next time they cross the line, exit. Now, seal it. Comment this final affirmation. I don't bend, I rise. And add this one if you want to go deeper. My silence is my power. Tap. Like if this hit your chest. Subscribe for Stoic relationship advice. Tactical wisdom every week. And remember, this is training, not entertainment. The mind you build here will protect you everywhere. Educational content only, not therapy, medical, or legal advice. If you're in danger, contact local emergency services or a qualified professional. You're not weak, you're waking up. And once you stop reacting, you become unstoppable.